Hey everyone, welcome back to Datomix Academy. If you are interested in building real systems, not just writing a code, you have probably come across the term development engineering. But what does that actually mean? Today I'm breaking it all down. In this session, we will try to understand what development engineering is, and we will also check what development engineers actually do. We will try to know what kind of the skill sets and the tools they use in real world. And also, of course, we will check why this is one of the fastest growing roles in 2025. So, whether you are a developer, a data analyst, or just trying to figure out your career path in tech, this video is for you. Let's start with the basics. Development engineering is a hybrid role that sits right at the intersection of software engineering, infrastructure, and data. In simple terms, a software engineer builds the app. An infrastructure engineer sets up the servers. A data engineer moves and transforms the data. But a development engineer, they connect everything and make it all work together in real world, mostly in production environments. So, they do not just code features, they build full systems. They do not just analyze data, they make data pipelines run every day, on time, securely, and at a scale. Development engineers often build internal tools as well. They deploy automation scripts, they manage workflows, and they integrate systems across the tech stack. Alright, so what does a development engineer actually do? We can count some real-world tasks. They build ETL pipelines to move data from APIs to cloud databases. They automate reporting dashboards with Python and SQL. And they also set up CI/CD workflows to deploy models or services. They also monitor systems and fix failures before users even notice them. They work with the tools like Airflow, dbt, GitHub Actions, and cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or GCP. In short, they are the engineers who keeps the engine running reliably, automatically, and securely. Well, let's talk about skills. To become a development engineer, you do not need to master everything, but you do need strong fundamentals across a few core areas. We can list them like this. First one is Python. And the Python is important for scripting, automation, and orchestration. And of course, second one is SQL. And the SQL is for working with databases and transformations. And you should have a knowledge how to work with Git, version control, and GitHub workflows as well. And another main one is Airflow or Prefect to build and schedule workflows. Or another one is Docker in order to run codes in containers. Or you should have to know how to work with one of the main cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, or GCP, especially services like Lambda, S3, Redshift, or Cloud Functions. You also need to understand the whole system, how data flows, how code is deployed, how pipelines fail, or even how to prevent them to fail. And this is why development engineers are so valuable. They see the whole picture. So you might be wondering, how is this different from just being a software engineer? Great question. Here is the difference in one sentence. A software engineer writes the code, but a development engineer makes sure it actually works across systems and teams. They are the ones who control that code in future. Software engineers often stay focused on feature development. Development engineers go a level deeper. They make it sure those features are tested, deployed, monitored, and integrated with the rest of the company's tools. They provide more than just good code. They provide reliability, automation, observability, and scale. Okay, now let's talk about the future. In 2025, more companies building complex data products, real-time pipelines, and cloud-native applications than ever before. They do not just want engineers who can code. They want engineers who can design the whole system and run every day without breaking. That's where development engineers come into. They solve real business problems with automation, scalability, and clean, reusable workflows. And because they work across discipline, they are also in high demand. So, how do you actually become a development engineer? Most people come from two paths. The first one is from software engineering, who picks up cloud and learn the data, or data engineers, who learn scripting and automation. If you are starting out, here is what I would recommend. First, you need to learn SQL, get comfortable with Python, build small projects using Airflow, dbt, or Prefect, and use cloud platforms like AWS, especially S3 and Lambda, or GCP or Azure, and understand version controls, Git, and how CI/CD works. And if you want a clear step-by-step roadmap to do all of this, I teach it inside my live bootcamp. At Datomix Academy, we guide you through SQL, Python, Airflow, cloud, and more, with real-world projects and feedbacks. If you are serious about building a career in data and system engineering, apply using the link below. Thanks so much for watching. If you learned something today, hit the like button and make sure you subscribe, because I post new lessons every single week. Leave a comment below, and if you are ready to build your skills with me, check out the bootcamp info below. I'm Michael Roque from Datomix Academy. See you in the next class.